Aloha, everybody. This is Tiggy Maximus with Tiggy Maximus Talks. This is episode 11 on YouTube and episode 18 on Anchor and Spotify. So, today I wanted to go over UFC Vegas 58 taking place in, Las Vegas at the Apex Center. Um, I'm going to give my predictions for the main card, which has 6 fights. Um, Starting off the main card, we have Johnson versus Malarkey. Johnson is 21-17. You got Malarkey at 14-5. Malarkey is the favorite in this one. If I had to pick who was going to win this fight, I am actually leaning towards Malarkey. Um, I've seen Michael Johnson fight over the years, and he was good, and he did win his last fight, but I don't think that he has enough to win this one against Malarkey, so I'm picking Malarkey to win this fight. The next fight after that on the main card is Turk Sios, 12-2. He's the favorite, going up against Zahabi, 8-2. Should be a good fight between the two. I have a feeling that it's going to be Tercios. He's going to win. Next fight after that, you have the slight favorite Bandera at 12-8. He's going up against Sherman, who is 15-10. Well, that actually might be a coin flip. So if I had to pick, I'll probably pick Sherman to win this one. Um, the next fight after that is the Silva de Andrade, who's 28-4. He's going up against Norma Gomenov, who's 15-2. He's the favorite. And I have a feeling that Norma Gomenov is going to win this one. Probably kind of, utilize his grappling like his famous relative Habib. So I have Norma Gomenov winning that fight. And then we have the co-main event. Petrosyan at 7-1. He's going up against Barajo, who is 11-1. He is the slight favorite. That one is going to be close. I am going to pick. I'll pick Barajo to win this one. And then we have the main event of UFC Vegas 58. It is longtime veteran Dos Anjos, 31-13. He's going up against Fiziev, who is the favorite in this one. It should be a good fight. I have a feeling it's going to go pretty close to all 5 rounds, actually. So I have Fiziev winning by decision. So those are my picks for UFC Vegas 58. Also wanted to mention uh, well, the Padres, the funny thing, they debuted their new City Connect jerseys, and well, it has a lot of green, pink, and white in it, and I think turquoise or a little bit of lime. I wasn't really buying into it, but the fans in Groves have bought a whole bunch of them, and supposedly they are the number one selling jersey out there. So, guess what? The Padres won last night, 6-3 with those jerseys on against the Giants. So, right now the Padres are on a 2-game winning streak, and um, I went to the game on Thursday, and that just so happens to be the first game that the Padres, start a new win streak. So again, I was pretty happy. I got the Fernando Tatis jersey, no Fernando Tatis Jr. fleece blanket giveaway. It's really nice. Sponsored by UCSD Health, and you know what? It's a very useful item. So I'm glad they did that. So um, oh, what else? Oh yeah. Um, you might not have heard from my previous episode, but Israel Adesanya did defeat um, Jair Cannonier in the main event of UFC 256, 257, no 276. My bad. UFC 276, held in I believe it's a T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and well, good fight. Israel did fight smart, and he pretty much saw everything that Jared Cannonier was telegraphing. So it was kind of an easy fight for Israel. Didn't get himself into too much damage or too much, trouble, and just kind of picked his moments and just kept scoring points on Jared Cannonier, who was very timid and cautious throughout the whole fight and couldn't get inside, work his game. Didn't really see much of a game plan being utilized other than just just couldn't simply figure out what was going on and can't get to implement his own strategy. And Israel just being calm, not panicking at all. And what's even cool is that not only did he win the fight, but he came out to the Undertaker's um, entrance theme with the lights, the gongs, the eerie sound of walking to ominous music and having an urn with Jared Cannonier's name on it. So that was pretty cool. Um, I also want to mention, and I don't know if I was able to see that this was actually audible in my last episode, but Alexander Volkanovski did defeat Max Holloway. Um, he actually swept it. I think all three judges had 50-45, and he retained his 145 featherweight championship over Max Holloway. So I actually thought that the first two fights was pretty close. Volkanovski won the first one to win the championship from Max Holloway, and then you got the second fight, which is super close. And a lot of people debated whether Max Holloway should have lost that one. He actually probably should have won, but I actually had Volkanovski win that fight by like the slimmest margins. But third fight, you would think that Max Holloway would had evolve a lot within this trilogy and get to the point where he knew exactly how to beat Alexander Volkanovski, but it was actually the opposite. Volkanovski just utilized his game plan after everything he's known about Max Holloway after 50 minutes, and then for another 25 minutes, so for a total of 75 minutes, Alexander Volkanovski completely demolished Max Holloway. So that ends the trilogy, a big sweep by Alexander Volkanovski, and he's got to, move on, and he might be facing Henry Cejudo for the 145 championship, or might actually go up to 155 and challenge the 155 champ, Charles Oliveira. So a lot of options for the champ here. So yeah. Um, so actually, right now I'm actually watching the prelims for the UFC, and there's one fight left before the main card starts in about 15 minutes. And I'm also watching the Padres and Giants playing on Fox right now. It's a 1-1 game in the bottom of the fifth inning, so should be a good one. You have Rodon versus Yu Darvish. Um, and yeah, so I'll be talking to you guys again soon, and I may or may not be doing a simulcast of both my audio podcast and this video podcast. So it might save me some time, but I actually kind of want to do a little bit of two different things for both. So it is kind of a nice treat that I'm doing this and that. So um, oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention this in the audio one, but I did get the fleece blanket from the Padres game. So Padres beat the Giants Thursday night 2-1. Um, I did almost get a foul ball hit by Jake Cronenworth. I was sitting in row 24 of section 120, and the ball did hit the wall that was behind the row that was behind me, and it touched the lady in the knee, and it rolled around, and uh, I was able to touch the ball with my middle finger, but I was not able to secure it, and the guy in the next section grabbed it. So that was as close to a foul ball that I've ever gotten in 39 years. But yeah, so I'm probably going to another Padres game, which might be August 18th against the Washington Nationals. Joe Musgrove bobblehead is being given away that night, so I might go to that game and get the bobblehead with Joe Musgrove. I mean, right now it looks like I'm a big fan of Fernando Tatis Jr. and Joe Musgrove on the team, so it's nice to have stuff from them. Okay. I also mentioned that I went to a live taping of Monday Night Raw for the WWE at the Sports Arena on July 4th. That was a fun night. Got to see the whole setup of how Monday Night Raw is being run, how the whole setup is for, in between segments, what happens in between segments, what they do to kill time, and just see how they produce everything. So it was a nice experience. I wouldn't mind going to another wrestling event um, if they ever come back to San Diego again. Most likely it'll be at the Sports Arena, the Pechanga Sports Arena. I am looking forward to WrestleMania 39, which might be held at SoFi Stadium in April of 2023. So it's a two-night event. So I might get some people together and have a good time and get those tickets. And hopefully it'll be good tickets. Doesn't have to be the most expensive ones, but at least decent enough to enjoy the experience. So, and I love going to SoFi Stadium. It's a really nice stadium. One of the most beautiful ones in the world, if not only the United States. So, yeah, wanted to include that all in. So, yeah, and if I didn't mention it before, it was pretty cool seeing Liv Morgan win the Money in the Bank ladder match, and she cashed in on Ronda Rousey in 2 hours later after winning the Money in the Bank. And now Liv is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, and I like seeing that title on her. She worked a lot, and at Monday Night Raw, she showed up, and I was one of the many that started the chant, "You deserve it." So she did. She did deserve it. So yeah. So and then yeah, Austin Theory, he won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. He was actually added to the match because usually there's seven, but he became the eighth competitor only because he lost his U.S. championship to Bobby Lashley earlier in the night. So Austin Theory is actually in a prime position. I think he's going to cash in on either Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns at SummerSlam on July 30th because they're going to beat the hell out of each other, and whoever wins that match will probably be at literally 1 to 0% of energy left, and Austin Theory can just come in, cash in his briefcase, the contract, and get an immediate title shot after both men had already beat themselves up, and can probably easily pin the champion, whoever it is at that moment. So that should be fun to watch in about 3 weeks' time. So, all right, guys, you've already heard about my picks for UFC Vegas 58. Main card is going to start in 9 minutes. So have fun, guys. Maybe make some money off of my picks, and I'll talk to you guys again about what happened after what happened tonight with the Padres and the UFC thing. So, all right, guys, have a fun weekend. Bye.